Hello, I'm Joanna Nadin and I'm the author of The Talk of Pram Town, which is out in hardback on March the 4th. The Talk of Pram Town tells the story of three generations of Essex girls, I guess we'd call them. It switches between 1969, when 17-year-old Connie, exasperated by her strict mother and her small-town life in Harlow, resolves to run away from home. And then 1981, when on the day of the royal wedding, 11-year-old Sadie wakes to find her mother, Connie, dead. She's then sent back to Essex to live with her estranged grandmother, Jean. What follows is the story of Sadie's search for her real dad and Jean's discovery of the real Connie after all these years. I'm going to read you a little excerpt now, which is Sadie on the morning of the royal wedding. "Ma'am," she knocks twice, but soft so as not to alarm. "It's nearly 10. But the bed don't give, and the floorboards don't creak, and the door stays shut against the morning. Sadie, 11, sighs, long and important. "Well, don't moan to me when you miss the best bits." She sticks her hands on her hips, oblivious to the lack of audience. "That's all I'm saying." She clatters down the stairs to sit in the kitchen, her sandals slapping, meant to mither. But still her mam's room stays stoppered like a bottle. "Wedding of the century and she's in bed," she adds to no one in particular. "I ask you." She opens the fridge, thinking she'll snaffle a cocktail sausage from under the cling film. Street party's not till 3 and they won't miss one chipolata. But the paper plate's gone, its wrapping snatched off and abandoned, and Sadie remembers last night's commotion. 1:13 according to the digital watch Elvis Jenkins gave her last Christmas. 1:17 if she'd asked the speaking clock, which her version lags behind. But she weren't supposed to check it anymore, couldn't anyway, not since the phone got cut off. They'd been singing too until gone 1:30, Son of a Preacher and The Windmills of Your Mind, and the gurgle and churn of a hot bath running. Must have been a good night, a big crowd down the Legion, tips and drinks and a man the glitter in the middle of it all. Tipsy though she probably were. Better that than the one that came off shift every day at Morrison's sore and maudlin, or the one that got angry with Elvis for this or for that, or with herself for nothing at all. A month ago, Sadie'd caught her in the mirror, hauling her face round like it were biscuit dough. "I'm ancient," she'd wailed, 30. "You're 29 and a bit," said Sadie, and she weren't wrong. "Close enough," her mum had snapped back, and Sadie had kept a gob shut after that. Truthfully, Sadie did think she were a bit old. 30 seemed an impossible number of years, though a man didn't look ancient exactly, not like Cheryl Pendleton's, who was 31 and had a double chin and a bit of a moustache in the wrong light. Maybe it happened overnight. Maybe you went to bed 29 and smiling and woke up 30 with a face as creased as a pleated skirt and dark bits under your eyes you had to cover with Rimmel. "I was supposed to be on telly by now," her mum had carried on. "Have records to my name. Christ, I spend all day ringing up sliced white in an overall and my nights in a miniskirt so I can get jeered at by the likes of Norris Godfrey. I don't even own the telly, let alone get on it. It's rented. What sort of a mother am I?" "Mine," Sadie had said, no more than a whisper, and clung to her back briefly, a monkey child, the shrunken spit of her, though her mam's hair is dyed light as Lady Diana's now and nearly as short, where Sadie still hangs in dark curtains, only her fringe trimmed neat so it skims just below her eyebrows. "Open your face right up," Donna next door had said as she snipped away, and she weren't wrong. Sadie pictures next door then. The front room with its 14-inch colour set and a cerise rug with shag piles so deep you can stand a what's-it up in it and still it won't reach the top of the tufts, and she knows that because her and Deborah have tried enough times. She checks her watch again. 10:11. So 10:15 in real time and only just over an hour to go, and she don't want to miss all the arrivals. Donna says that's the best bit, judging what everyone else is wearing. And Deborah agrees, and she's got 7 months on Sadie, so she's not to be argued with. Besides, the tick-tock waiting's too boring and her want too enormous. "I'm going," she shouts up the stairs. "See you in a bit." And this time she don't even wait for an answer. Just slips out the back into the ginnel and straight through the gate of number 9.